Hey Manna Church, Ben Goodman here. Welcome to this week's Morning Manna. There's something deep inside each of us that yearns for peace, but not any kind of peace will do. The peace that our hearts seek is really not just the absence of conflict or struggle. We're looking for the kind of peace that can steady and focus us in the midst of conflict. We're looking for the kind of peace that imparts resolve in the face of adversity. We're looking for the kind of peace that provides meaning and purpose in times of uncertainty. In short, we're looking for the kind of peace powerful enough to rule a human heart, the kind of peace that only Jesus can provide. It seems that this kind of peace is hard to come by nowadays. Lots of stressors, lots of distractions and drainers. Over the last few years, we've navigated significant social unrest, a pandemic, and an avalanche of culture wars. On top of that, many evil, wicked, and sinful things have become either rationalized or normalized. And if all that wasn't enough to disrupt our pursuit of peace, we all somehow survived some very stressful election cycles. Now, even if we know that the peace we desire only comes from Jesus, it's a real question as to how we can actually tap into His peace in a way that endures. It's here that I want to introduce a scripture that will be engaging the rest of the week. It is Jeremiah 6, verse 16. Stand at the crossroads and look. Ask for the ancient paths. Ask where the good way is and walk in it, and you will find peace for your souls. Many, if not all of us, are standing at some kind of crossroads. Our journey thus far has been challenging, and we find ourselves in a place sort of catching our breath, taking stock of where we are and where we've been. We might even be a bit anxious over the options in front of us and the uncertainties that accompany them. Many of us are standing at our crossroads, and we are looking. Now, if we're serious about pursuing a soul-satisfying peace, before we plunge headlong into paths of our own choosing, we should go to God first. According to Jeremiah 6:16, before we determine our trajectories, we should first ask Him for the ancient paths, the good ways, which, if we walk in these, will find rest for our souls. The rest of this week we'll be discussing the ancient ways of Jeremiah 6:16. I believe God will use our times together to strengthen us. I'd love it if you join me on this journey. See you next time.